Hi guys, it's your host Jen Jalambi, and this is the MelVee Family Pod Season 2. Applause. Oh yes, guys, yes. So in this season, we'll be having family members, for instance, Mr. and Mrs. Jalambi, our older brother Andrew, and our other sisters Marble and Chloe. So guys, as always, you can find me on Instagram at claire.ndh.ww, the same on TikTok. And with no further ado, I'm here to introduce my brothers.
Yeah,
Welcome back.
yeah, we're back. My name is Ryan, for those who don't know. My Instagram is your boy _Ryan.ww. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's good to be back.
It's good to be back, ne?
Yeah.
I see you're very happy. Welcome, my people. This is your boy Maramanos. For those who don't know me, and my Instagram handle is Maramanos, and I'm so excited to be on the season 2 of this MelVee Family Pod. Yeah, I pass it to you, Wade.
Man, I say do more. You all got me, people. You see, man, I even stole my intro, guys. Come on. Oh, it's just a general thing, but I hope you guys are doing good. My name is Wayne Njalambi. Wayne Ndando Njalambi. You can find me on Instagram at Wayne_NDH. Hasn't changed. It'll stay the same.
Yeah. Well, guys, welcome back to season 2.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Obviously, you know, for those who didn't tune into season 1, you better go back because
Watch,
it was
yeah.
jam-packed. You know,
Yeah.
we
We're
had
so excited.
guests,
Yeah.
we had friends over. So tune in, stay here, because, you know, you never know who's going to be on the set.
Yeah.
You never know, you see.
It's always
But
something
anyways,
new.
We
it's
introduce
always
something new all the time.
Fact.
We always
So
have surprises.
for the first episode of the season, right?
Yeah.
We're going to be talking about music. Now, in season 1, we did talk about music. We had our friends say what their type of music they like, and we had people say what music means to them, right? But in this one, we're going to go in depth of how you compose music.
Oh, yes.
And we want to talk to people who actually compose music for groups and for themselves. So just quickly wanted to get, how do you define music for yourself? So Wayne, how do you define music for yourself?
Wow. I think for me, instead of defining, I'd say what I think composing was. So when I first year composing, I was like, compose. Right now, whenever you have music classes, most of the time they say we want to compose a song. And what our teacher would do, she'd go from scratch, telling us this is the beat, this is the rhythm, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And in the previous episode with that thought, we talked about rhythm,
Harmony,
melody and harmony,
yeah.
right? And now that's all needed within composing. So now with composing, you do it from scratch. That's what I think. Because you're just starting from the base and building up. So that's what I think whenever I hear composing music. Starting from scratch, building it up. And also a piece of someone expressing themselves through music. Music is poetry with vocals. That's how I'd also look at it.
Yeah.
Okay. Ryan, what about you?
Composing music for me is, I could say, life experiences. It goes with what you have gone, what you have gone through. what you have gone through, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it deals with your emotions. It
yeah.
does, but life experiences for me. Yeah.
Mana, what about you?
For me, when I hear composing music, I think of combining the vocals, the rhythm, the melody, and the harmony. Combining all those three things together, you bring out what we call music. So that's composing music for me. Yeah.
You guys have said it all. I don't even know what to say now. You're taking all definitions.
Yo, you can just,
What do you think?
What do you think?
For me, it's basically feeling what's inside, taking your emotions and writing them down, and then putting them into this beautiful thing called music. So
Yeah.
different vocals you put together, and stuff like that. So I think that's for me what composing music is.
There's one thing that that came to my mind. What Bob Marley said. He said music is the only thing that can hit you and you can never feel pain. Yeah. So
Shout out to Dan, he gave us that.
shout out to Dad. He gave us that.
Man, Bob Marley stan.
Bob Marley style.
True. So obviously we have different composers.
Yeah.
For instance, we have Riffi, and then there's another guy. our uncle called Uncle
James.
James.
Uncle James, yeah.
Yeah, so Uncle James
Mjoli.
composes for groups, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And then Riffi does his own music, and he also does for soloists and whatever.
And
So-
groups too.
Really?
Yeah, he does for
He
groups
does
as
a
well.
lot. He does
I
a
mean,
lot.
it really depends with the two, what you're looking
Yeah.
for. They
Yeah.
do everything, and not everything per se, but they are there.
Let's
Quite
just say
a
they're
lot.
music producers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Man, like,
Yeah.
have you guys ever tried to compose your own music?
Aish.
I see you guys are looking at me because you know.
I know I have. I know I have. Like, on my phone, I have like little snippets of me trying to make my own music.
Okay.
But like, I never really went forward with it. I was just like have
Why not?
certain lyrics, and then I put it there, and then it's just there. I don't finish it.
Why did you put it aside?
No, it's just there. Like, I don't know how to put it all together. So I think I just need to learn
Yeah.
more on how to
Yeah.
put it all together and make it sound beautiful.
Yeah.
And then soon
Experiences.
you'll be
Experience,
seeing
yeah.
Claire, a music songwriter. You see, one day it's there.
I also wrote something. And yeah.
Some
Oh
things.
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Some things.
Oh, we got songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a producer, right?
I'm a music writer, let me say that.
Wasn't
I
there
compose
one
music.
time like when you first came, right?
Yeah.
Me, Wayne,
Yeah,
and you.
yeah,
we had a song
yeah,
that we were trying to do.
Actually, we were composing something.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
tried to compose. What happened to that song?
I think we wrote the lyrics down, but then we forgot about
Yeah,
it.
we should do that song and Ryan should come in, right?
Yeah, Ryan will
Yeah.
come
Make sure
rapping.
you-
With the bass.
Yeah,
With the bass.
yeah.
With the bass.
Not really bass, guys.
Can come with this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what about you, Ryan? Have you ever tried to compose music for yourself?
No, I haven't.
You haven't tried a little bit?
Okay, I would say like, let's say it's just me and Wayne in the room, like.
Then you just
Oh yeah, we just be rapping.
Yeah,
and
just
stuff.
simple.
It's not in the room, it's everywhere.
actually like randomly you guys just bring up beats like boom, and then like
Yeah.
make a whole song.
It's everywhere. It's just like, but to actually write something down for myself, no,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Yeah, I
Wayne,
know
what
you.
about you?
I've composed poetry, but not music. Okay, with music, I'd say most of my poetry I can sing it, but I haven't really tried getting into it like that. So I'd say no, indirectly. But on yeah, I'd say no. I haven't really composed music. I've composed poetry. Could you say you composed poetry? Is that right to say? I've written poetry, but not composed
But you know,
music out of the
you know, some poetry you can actually
Sing it,
Yeah,
yeah.
sing it. You can turn into music. So
Definitely.
maybe you can compose music.
Maybe one of
Actually,
these days we'll
definitely.
see.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should try it.
Wayne
yeah.
featuring whoever. Huh?
Featuring
Wayne featuring the whole family. There's parts for everyone.
Wayne featuring the Gaither
Yeah.
Foco band. You'll be there.
Hey man, you never know.
You never
It's
know.
possible.
It's
But
possible,
actually,
man.
you know, like with that thought, like with composing music, I guess you could also now go to why is it composing?
Yeah.
Why do we need music?
I
You know what I'm
think
saying? Why is it needed?
I think that's a very good question. For me, I would say music defines our lives. You see, in Africa,
Whoa. Let us breathe.
Man them came in Africa and they're like, hey, Vahabiki.
My guy, you just
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold on. Okay.
continue.
Okay, they say music defines our lives.
Yeah.
In Africa, as we were talking to Dad, he told us that yesterday in Africa, every event that we go to or we attend to, there's music that is played somehow. So, and music, as we said before about Bob Marley, it can hit you, and if you feel the pain, it deals with the emotions.
Yeah.
You see, so you can't go to, for example, give you to a funeral, and you get there, you hear hard songs, let's say R&B at a funeral. You can't do that. You
It
can't go to.
doesn't. Okay, yeah.
It doesn't fit the
Exactly.
situation that's there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
music also goes with the situation. That's why people end up composing music. So
Yeah.
that's the way I can put it for me.
Very true.
Yeah.
For me, like quickly, like you spoke about Africa. In Africa,
Yeah.
like music is like a big thing.
Yeah.
Because stories are told through music.
Yeah.
Music.
You know, music is passed down to generations, right?
Yeah.
And when we were younger, there's this one lullaby, Tula 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 Tu Tula Sana.
Yeah.
That song, it's been sung on TV, you know,
Everywhere, radio.
even me when like we had like our like a younger cousins, like babies, I would try sing it to them. It's a lullaby, you know, and I never really like. I could understand the meaning behind it. So it's basically, for those, I don't want to like mistranslate it. I get Mara, what I get from it is saying, be still my child, be still my child. I'm aware.
Aibo.
I ain't getting.
I
But
guess
it's
to assist you,
basically-
be still and don't worry. It's like
Yeah.
more there. Be still.
True,
Yeah.
true,
Still,
true. So it's just to calm down. So the emotion behind the song was the emotion of being peaceful, being quiet, and being like just know that you're safe.
You're safe. Yeah.
So obviously in R&B is also rhythm and blues. So that's when you're feeling sad. That's why you're singing let's say one song by her. I'm a songs I ain't getting imagine.
Too many songs in your
Too many.
Yeah.
But yes, like R&B, even Giveon, his songs are like more sad. When you're sad, you can just play them and then you feel your emotions and you cry it out and whatever. So music is a really big thing around the world. Music will never die.
You never
It
die.
will never die because you will actually always need it. In heaven, music is also there.
Yeah.
You know, always praises 24/7. Praises are sung. You see,
Let's
so
look at Lucifer. He had one of the
Actually.
beautiful voices.
Not
in
even one.
heaven.
He was the best.
The best.
Yeah.
he had
in
all.
heaven.
Number one.
Man, them had bass. I can't even sing. You see.
Talking like in the Bible, David.
Ah.
Yeah.
Man was on
Songs
the
of
harp.
Solomon. Even in there's a
Songs of Solomon.
Songs.
This is-
You see,
Yeah, but
so
that man went in deep.
Sure.
That's a composer.
you
I think.
went-
That's a composer.
That
We
is a
forgot.
composer.
I think we should give
Yeah.
him a call.
That one. Yeah, that one is serious.
Yeah.
true. But I mean, Ryan, why do you think we compose music?
Why?
Did you check the stance?
Why do we
silence
need
for
music?
a moment? One of like,
But why we compose music? I think is to make you feel happy. I could say, like let's say when you said you listen to a song that has upbeat, like there's bass, there's whatever,
it
there's
changes your
whatever.
mood instantly. Yeah.
Also, if the lyrics is happy, it'll make you feel happy. So I feel like music can help you in terms of how you're feeling sometimes, and yeah, that's what I think for me.
So the other question, right, is
Yeah.
who can compose music or who does compose music? Obviously, anyone can compose music, but I think it's also a gift that you're given. So you can, let's say I know how to sing and I can sing. I have the talent of singing, but I might not know how to compose a song.
Yeah.
So I think most
True.
definitely it's a gift that someone is given, because you can be gifted with many things but not know how to do certain things, right?
Yeah.
So do you think who in your terms can compose music?
I think I'll break the ice with this one.
Okay.
Yes.
But with composing music, when we were talking the other day, the one thing that we all discussed was anyone can compose music,
Yeah.
right? Anyone can compose it, but there's different processes in composing music now, right? There's one part where you write it, and there's another where now you start arranging it
Yeah.
into vocals and everything, right? Arrangement. So someone may be able to, let's say for Maranatha, for instance, he does not have a good voice to sing, so he writes them, but he has the talent in writing, right? You have the gift of writing music, and you know how to evoke some emotion through those words that you put. And then Claire now comes with the vocals and arranges it into its vocal scales and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That way you compose a song. So sometimes you could make someone who has a talent and a gift, boom, together. And then there's another level now where there are those who are gifted, where when they enter the area, I'm sure there's many composers out there, when they sing a song,
Yeah.
Just
I know there's a few other artists out there like they call him the Toxic King, Brent Fayaz himself.
Oh yeah.
Giveon could be in that list too.
Don't waste your way on
And-
me. I know you crying.
And then there's even some Christian music, our praises.
Yeah.
There's some that evokes emotion in you.
True.
Shalanam.
Ish.
When that song is sung, there's this
I
emotion that you
remember
have.
this summer that song was being they sang that song. I was like, who?
Everybody just stood out there
Everyone
like,
stood
yes,
up.
amen.
Nkosi Sihlangane.
Yeah.
Yes.
You feel something
feel-
different.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And especially with music that is from home for many people, it even hits even further. That just shows there's some who can compose and the others who are gifted at composing. Those are gifts know how to hit
Tap
those points.
into the emotions.
Exactly. Tap into the emotions and everything. So anyone can do it. Anyone can.
Anyone
for
can,
sure.
definitely.
Do not be stopped, guys out there. Do not stop and say, no, I'm not gifted in this. I don't have this. Go ahead, because now
ahead,
you be
try
crying
it.
when you say when you start looking back and you say, I could have, I should have. You know, anyone can compose.
Anyone
But
can
there are those who are
compose music.
gifted, for sure, like in everything.
Like be inspired to write music, even write
Yeah.
poetry. Write your emotions on paper and then make it into something great. You know?
Not even every breath you breathe is a reason for you to write down and
It's
compose.
very true. Ooh, yeah.
Man, don't come with the quotes, yeah? We see you.
Yeah.
For you, Ryan, who composed music?
Who can?
Who can?
Oh, yeah, it's coming out there.
Yeah. Wayne said a lot. I don't think there's much I can really say.
My man, it's your thoughts.
But
Thank you very much.
for who? I think people. I don't know how to really say it. Like people who, I'd say, have gone through a lot in their life. Like, cause to write down a lyrics takes a lot of thinking. And like, let's say you went through, you haven't like gone through anything really serious, but everything matters when you're writing something. So I could say that everyone is able to compose music. It just depends on what you have gone through, what you have done. I mean, there's a lot you can put into it, but I think a lot of people can compose music. It just depends on what happens in their life.
So I think it's about time, we bring in some people and their perspectives.
Yeah.
So we said we're going to be giving a call to Uncle Riffi, right?
Yeah.
So I think we have a couple of questions for him. I haven't even spoken to him in a long time. It's been quite some time,
Yeah.
But I think it would be really exciting for those who also want to compose music. If you have your own questions, just put them in the comments down below.
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
check them
we'll
out,
get to
definitely.
you. And we'll give you a way you can contact him and whatever. So
I think also just a little back story on Mrs. Riffi. He's the person who helped us. So he got this M-Track audio system, if I am not mistaken, that we're using, that we use from time to time. And at first we knew how to use the basic stuff, but then he came along and helped us and showed us how to really get into this thing. So he helped us with that, how to record audio on it, and a few other audio stuff here and there. So I'm not sure if he's giving out lessons or ask and see. But he's one of the people that helped us with this journey that we've been carrying on as MelVee. Learning what we learn and knowing what we know now about audio.
The good sound that you hear from the MelVee family pod.
It's because
of
also
him.
also him,
Yeah.
So
one of
let's
the best.
let's give him a
call.
So unfortunately we weren't able to get him.
Yeah, so
what a bummer. But
Let's
hey,
go Uncle James.
If not today, someday.
yeah, true.
Someday.
So
But I
let's
think
give Uncle James a
Uncle
call.
James will answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Hello.
James, hello. Hi, how's it?
Fighting G. So you're talking to Claire.
Yes, Claire.
Yes, so on the stage we've got Wayne, Ryan, and Mara.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
We're
Right,
good.
and you.
Good.
We good. We good.
Are you ready for revelations? Because we are here with the cameras right now.
I think we would
Everybody
start
ready,
now.
Yeah.
Just start now. Just have your Bible on the side.
Oh, yes. Always.
Yeah.
Yes, so we all know that you are a music composer. So we wanted to know what's the story behind you becoming a music composer.
A story like background.
Yes,
Yeah.
background.
Okay, so it's actually a very interesting story. How can I tell it? I think over 15 years ago, over 15 years ago, yes, I actually couldn't necessarily put notes together when I sang.
Okay.
It's that there was a bit of an issue. And singing was, my friends would really tell me straight. Before the guy I sing baritone with at the hymns ensemble would naturally be very like a bit unfair
Yeah.
in his expressions to when I started singing. He would be pimba.
I mean,
I was really, really, really passionate about it, but it didn't sort of work out. And I really had a very emotional way of. I was really emotional about it because I really wanted to sing. So one thing about me is, I think growing up, I really had a very unique sort of prayer life. I remember one day I was like, it was cold, so I was watching people something on TV and there was snow, and I literally cried to the Lord for snow one day. It was cold because I wanted to see snow, and like a droplet of snow actually came down, and I was happy about it. Yeah, as if God answered my prayer. So I then prayed about the whole music thing because I really wanted to become a musician. It was like my passion. And then from there, naturally, it just happened. I began writing songs. There was a small group called Divine 4. We started arranging and then composing music. But for me, music actually became more of at that time. It was more if I wasn't arranging music, writing music came from either an experience or something I had gone through. So, for instance, in the album, The Hymns Ensemble Volume 1, that song was written over 10 years ago. Ujesu ngumhlobo, yes. Ujesu ngumhlobo wami. Yeah, so when I had lost my grandmother, she was like a very close person to me. So I felt like I had lost a friend, and I needed a friend then to almost be, and I naturally just found a friend in Jesus. So that experience gave rise to that particular song. So maybe tracing back to your question, for me it was something I prayed for. It was not a natural talent, to be honest. There was a lot of sacrifice, a lot of studying, a lot of digging, trying to put things together. This is how I must sing it. This is how I must put things together. This is how. So there's a bit of education I did on my side, but at the same time, I think the Lord did a fair share of His blessing on me to be able to do what I do, and I guess putting the stories together and how, for instance, lyrically, I'm very passionate about lyrics. So most of the songs I do write, I really take my time around putting together lyrics. And so for me, it was more about sending a particular message, and how I do so needs to come together, and people need to be blessed in that sort of experience. Yes. I don't know if I'm answering your question. Yes.
Very much answered
Very did.
everything, if I'm not mistaken. Oh man, that's beautiful. I actually got some background to the songs now. Hey, now I got a different view on listening to them.
So one of the questions we have, right? It's what does it take to compose music for you?
Okay, so it's gonna piggyback on one of the things I spoke about earlier. So experience for me is a big one. The other one is okay. So in a theology sort of setup, we talk about thought inspiration. So sometimes God inspires you about a particular issue, a particular matter. And I'm going to tell you something very interesting. I don't think I'm the only one because I did sort of discuss it with other musicians as well. There are new songs we naturally write in our dreams.
True.
Okay, and I don't know how that is. So I know at times I would literally dream about some song, and I hear the song like it's there in my dreams and like yo yo yo. For instance, I was going through a study of the close of probation and all of that. So contextually, my mind was around that space at a particular point in time. And then that evening, I remember dreaming, and it was always an issue of there was a quotation I had read in the book Great Controversy. It was about how Christians would need to survive without an intercessor during the time of probation. And when I had read that, it filled me with a lot of anxiety. But anyway, in the dream, I remember asking myself, so it's oh bountiful Father. I think that the whole song was around oh bountiful Father, my spirit is low. Help me to find these things. And I don't know how that came about, but then I sang that song, and it sort of came. I know I consulted with my dad about hearing a song, and then it was like I like that tune actually, I like the song, so I put it together. And so there are songs that come at night. Sometimes you wake up with a tune and you don't want to forget it. And I've got a tune in mind. Write it down. Sometimes it's also coming from a verse you're reading. So the other time I was reading is Psalms 91, and in reading Psalms 91, then you put a song together. So you'll see a Psalms song in the next Hymns Ensemble album. It was based on a psalm. And then you suddenly put music on that psalm. So the words are there. You just rearrange them a bit, keep the same message intact, and then put them together. So the others is experience, or sometimes you just play with a melody. If I'm sitting close to a keyboard, I'll play something, or I'll naturally sing something in the car. And then I'm like, okay, but it sounds like something I can work on. And then I build on it, voice, record, whatever is coming into mind. And then I keep repeating it, and eventually it sounds like something I can add things onto. And then, okay, maybe let's write something about it. We talk about context. So what message are we trying to come across, get across? Is it a message of hope? Is it a hopeful melody? Okay. Is it a very sad, somber type of whatever?
Yes.
But then the experience is, okay, so one of the ways I write, I'm a hymnologist. So in the composition world, you find different people writing in different ways. So I like keeping the sort of poetry format. You have verses and prose, verses, choruses in some instances. So that's how I write hymnology. So if you follow how the hymn book is written, for instance, in the song "Oh Bountiful Father," you have verse 1, and then there's a chorus thing, revive us again, and then though faintly hearted and grieved you may be, your mercy still washes. So then it's verse, hymn, bridge, or whatever the case may be. But that's how I write, in a hymnology type fashion.
All right. So quickly before
so it's always about a message.
Yes. So quickly before you go, right? If those out there like the viewers and they wanted to compose their own music, what are like some basic quick tips you could give them?
If people want to do it, sorry?
Compose their own music. What basic tips do you have for them?
Okay, so first and foremost, music comes from an experience. And I hate to say this, but we live in a time and age where certain things are taken for granted. If melody is what you're after, and the praises you want people to give you or whatsoever, and I started my story, I talked about the whole prayer thing. So for me, writing music is was another way of sending a message across. So the primary function is what you want to compose for what and for who. So cultivate a unique experience, number one, I think, because that comes across very well in your compositions and in your music. So be in tune with him. I always say musicians or artistic people are very emotional beings. So I'm very in tune with my emotions.
Yeah.
I understand how I feel at any particular point in time. It can translate into a song or a verse or whatever I need to write down.
Yeah.
So ultimately, you need to cultivate that experience. That's first point number one. If you're going to share something with people, it needs to be experience built. Okay, in some instances, you can write about anything, but make sure you're able to put things together. Number two is study how verses are stringed together. Language is a very critical thing. I hate it sometimes when I'm listening to music and things don't follow on properly. Like it's people were throwing into words into a melody or a note and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So you always want to know how certain things are spaced out, know when commas are applied, syntax, basic syntax, and understanding the construction of verses and words, so that they too impact the person. So it's very important for people to study that, and also study, brief courses around composition and understand what that whole issue is about, and try and improve your musicianship. And then maybe last but not least, like I said, education, music education is very key. I don't mind saying there was a natural gift application by what God has gone to do, but at the same time, there was a huge effort around continuous improvement and continuous learning. I still do that to this very day. Right now, I literally put all my music into sheet music. I'm writing for choir, I'm writing for the group, I'm writing for people who want music. That's how so there's continuous learning, and we need to learn those things, and it's very important for one to explore that world. But like I said, it must come from the heart, and it must also be driven by an experience, and pray about it. Don't just do it because everyone's doing it. Everyone has to sing because everyone's singing. Everyone has to be a composer because everyone's doing it. And then we end up copying each other. And then, so one thing I like is develop your own sort of thing that makes sense, but sits in the context of what God wants us to hear.
Very true.
Thanks.
Thank you so much,
for
man.
your time.
Hey, that was a lot.
Pleasure.
That was a lot, huh?
I think now with our Daniel recordings also come for
music.
some music sessions after.
Definitely.
You guys.
Otherwise, thank you so much, man. We really
Thanks for
appreciate
making my
it.
day.
Yeah, thanks.
We really
No,
appreciate it.
thank
Thank you for your time.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, guys. Enjoy. Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye.
Bye. Hey,
Some tips here and there.
So
a whole lot.
You had a whole library.
But
Honestly.
you know what I had? He talked about poetry. So you're close, my man, Wayne. You're close, man.
Guys, I mean, Songs of Solomon.
Yes.
He even spoke about authenticity, like
that's a
just
big
now.
tip.
He's like,
Sure.
don't do it because everyone's doing it.
That
Be
is-
authentic.
No.
Have your
Yeah,
own
have
type
your
of
own
music and type
Exactly.
of composing.
Yeah.
Pray about it.
I guess
Pray about it.
a perfect
Yeah.
example of being like everyone following the crowd is Kuro Kids. For those
Not to
who
put
know,
you guys on blast. No.
For those, I mean, no, it had its year where like it was really hectic. For those who know, there was a point where at Kuro schools throughout South Africa, every single school you were known to have at least
A rapper.
within each grade a SoundCloud rapper.
Fact.
Yeah.
Yo, I
Everything,
guess.
all them bars on.
Na,
I got
na,
all
na,
them
na,
in my
na,
mind. Yeah.
Stop it,
like,
man.
God.
Stop. Be
Yeah,
unique. That's the
yes.
point I like.
Be
Like
unique.
also
Study.
even for, let's say, before, like people would have like YouTube channels, right?
Aish.
Like
Everyone
let's
will
say-
be doing YouTube.
That's
say-
still a growing trend.
Clay has a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
Now I want a YouTube channel, and now Mara sees me having a YouTube channel. Now he wants it, and you see Maranatha, and you want
So
a
it's gonna be a
channel
trend,
too.
it's gonna be a
It
trend,
goes
it
on,
goes on,
Some of them
yeah.
they don't even post anything. It's just there.
Oh, I have a YouTube channel.
And like when you actually check
yeah.
out the channel, there's barely any videos. There's
Don't
nothing
even-
to
don't-
watch.
Don't even get me started on the editing.
The editing.
You don't even have content. What are you saying?
Honestly,
What do you edit if
you
you
want
don't
to
have
start it
content?
for what?
Yeah.
But not to put anyone on blast, guys. If you
Yeah.
want to do it, do it. If that's what inspires you and that's what you're passionate about, do it.
No, Uncle
At all
James said
costs.
if you're going to do it, you first pray about it. So
Yes,
that you be
prayer
unique.
is a big thing.
Exactly. So prayer is a
Yes.
key in this music thing. And not in the music thing,
Yep.
but in everything.
Everything.
Prayer is the key. Yeah.
Prayer is the key
Yeah.
that unlocks,
Unlocks the doors.
I don't know if we spoke about when we compose music.
Actually, we
speak
did
about
touch on
Yeah,
it.
we
Experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the main
That's like,
part. Yeah.
I mean, also taking from Uncle James's little chat that we had with him, he spoke about how in Volume 1, there's a song that he sang, or like there's a song that they composed because his grandmother had passed. And that's deep.
life experiences.
Life
make
experience.
you compose music. So that's
Exactly.
the when part.
Like I
Exactly.
mentioned before, every breath that you take is a reason
Is a
to
reason
compose.
to
And
compose
Ryan
music.
mentioned
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
again, is a reason for
We
you
can
to
even
compose.
write a music about our family part.
Yeah.
Actually, we just make a beat.
I
boom.
mean, maybe we really
Or the
focus and get
family
down
part.
to it.
I don't know. I don't know how to write. I don't know how to write.
I will see.
We'll see,
Maybe
we'll
one day
see,
we'll just
definitely.
open or close with it.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I think from the few points that I wrote down, not even a few, I have a lot here.
I know you have a lot because I
There's
saw
a
you
lot.
on the
Man.
phone.
Typing
He,
master.
he
Thank you,
mentioned
Master.
how before he started there was rough criticism from
Yeah,
one of his
yeah.
fellow you can't call him teammate,
Mates.
fellow music mates.
Yeah, let's call it mates.
That he sings with. How there
Yeah.
was some rough
Your
criticism.
Yeah,
For those who don't know,
Actually,
your
yeah,
bimba
bimba.
means like
You're bimbering.
yeah, yeah. Bimbering.
you're moshering. You can't sing.
Even
Means like you
moshering.
can't
What's moshering in
sing.
English?
Guys, it's not even
You're
there.
messing up.
It's not
Yes,
for-
you're
it's not for
messing
you.
up.
It's not really mess
Yeah.
up, but you're just not doing
You're
the
doing
thing.
it the, you're not doing it the right
Yeah.
way. It's not
Yeah.
for you.
So there was some rough criticism. There was prayer because of that rough criticism, and he had passion for it.
Yeah.
So it's like, Lord, even though I don't have the talent,
May
let
you-
me,
Yeah.
may I be able to.
yeah, yeah.
And this is not just for music only, guys. This is for everything.
For
Like Mari
everything.
said.
Yeah.
And then what followed with that was lots of sacrifices.
Ooh.
Lots,
If you,
not some. Lots.
let's just ask Dad the sacrifices he put to build MelVee.
Actually,
Hey,
if we can sit that down one day, I'm not sure if I think he's had a few videos just
Yeah.
Stay
explaining his
tuned.
story.
Mandem is going to come
Yeah,
here. Stay
stay-
tuned.
Right. There's some videos where he does explain his story.
His
I'm not
story.
sure in full, but if you really want to sit down and talk, man.
The energy, the effort that he put to put the MelVee,
Yeah.
what he did, some of you won't even do it.
My friend,
You
no
think it's
one.
scary?
No one.
You
I
it's
don't
scary?
think
It's like-
anyone would want to be in that kind of position. That's the thing also where you
Sacrifice.
come back, just as I come back to my
Yeah.
point, where it's, if God was to show you where he wants to put you,
Yeah.
You wouldn't
that
want
journey,
to be there.
no one would want to do it.
No one.
No one. Whatever journey in life you have to achieve that goal, you have to go through some stuff.
Some stuff first.
Yeah.
And then after he mentioned studying, digging,
yes.
education,
Mm-hmm.
experience into your music, being unique. Don't just make it like everything generic.
As you
It's not
said,
generic.
education. Can I say something before
Yeah.
you continue? As Mandela said before, education is the key to success.
Exactly.
Make sure you learn.
Tata Madiba.
Yeah.
Actually, there's a cousin of mine that I had a convo with. I'm not sure if we had him. Did we have Mr. T Millie on the call the one day?
No.
No,
We haven't had him,
Yeah,
right?
we haven't.
Haven't?
Maybe we might have him because he
Yeah.
also composes music.
Stay tuned.
We'll see.
Like,
we
come on.
might add him somewhere, then
This
we'll
is
ask him on
season
the
two,
side.
guys.
We'll
It's
ask him on the
season two,
side.
yeah. New things are coming.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll give him somewhere else because he's into law now, so we'll see.
Yeah.
You see.
We'll maybe see in the future episodes. But we're just talking the one time, and he mentioned how education is really important for you to move anywhere in life. And also, Dad mentioned the same
Yeah.
thing. Education is important. Then he also mentioned a point I laughed at, but I loved. The only people who will oppose education is those who oppose authority.
Ooh.
And it's very true.
Yeah.
Those
Just
who
put it
oppose
in quotes
authority-
there and on the screen.
Those who do not like education are those who oppose authority. And when I look back in class, it makes very much sense.
It makes
Fair.
sense.
It makes
Makes
okay, no,
sense.
very much sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Very much
English.
sense.
It's not going. Maybe you're one of them.
I won't even try to put that sentence together. But it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. Man, that point was deep.
It's deep. It's
And
deep.
then the other last few points I got on the basic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
One that I loved. Be unique. I mentioned it a lot
Yeah.
now. Be
Be
unique.
unique.
Study. he said as much as there was prayer and God helped him,
Study.
he had to go do his own work.
Yeah.
When you ask God for something, don't sit there and be like, nice, I have it.
You must do
With
your own work.
Exactly. With
Yeah.
Solomon, the wisdom that he got, he for sure did something to build up.
For sure,
Read
for sure.
everything to know how things
To
work.
know how
Why is
things
this
work.
man
It comes in
alive?
also like, let's say for your exams, like you can't pray mid-exam saying, Lord, help me, Lord, but you haven't studied
Let's
nothing.
not even go mid-exams the day before.
Uh,
Lord help
on
me.
that day, you be like, Lord help me.
And you haven't
but
done
your books
anything.
are closed. I'm like, guys.
You're not even starting. You're not even
Don't
working.
do
You're not
anything.
grinding.
God will just be watching you like, okay.
I hear your prayer, but what did you do
Actually.
to get that information, or for me to help you?
Exactly. It's like telling your car when it doesn't have fuel, take me to Maravastad.
It
Zwang.
won't. It
And
can't
when
do
you're in,
anything.
no, it's like you're in Gauteng going to Cape Town. Take me to Maravastad. It doesn't work.
Good work.
How?
To the magic.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
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 So for now, let's take a break before we call in our next guest. We'll be able to get Uncle Riffi again. So let's take a break for a moment, guys.
Wacho.
Yes. Yeah, guys. So like, see you just now, guys.
See you.
Welcome back, guys. So we're back. We've
We're
refreshed.
back
Yeah.
What is
from the
refresh?
break.
Oh, sorry.
Refresh.
We are refreshed.
Yes.
It's rolling.
We are back from the break.
Yes, we're
Yes,
back from the
indeed.
break.
Yes,
We are right
Break
here.
is back for us.
So like I said, we were able to get Uncle Riffi. So I think just quickly we should just give him a call. So young, let's do this. Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
you can.
Yes, we
So you're
can.
speaking to Claire.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so on the set you've got Wayne, Ryan, and Maranatha.
Hello.
Sure, how's it going, guys?
We're good.
doing
We're
good.
good. How are you?
Awesome. No, I'm good.
Awesome.
Oh, great to have you on the set, hey. Finally, you've got hold of the Riffi.
Hey, listen, sorry, man. I've had a very busy morning, but the day's kind of freed up a little bit now, so we can chat.
We know composers and producers are always busy.
Yeah.
We do not blame you whatsoever. It is okay.
Yeah.
The work needs to be done.
We understand.
That's the thing. The thing. The work does need to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you just quickly want to plug yourself, where can people find you if they want to do some projects with you or contact you?
You can get a hold of me. The easiest way to get a hold of me is on my email address at soundsangoma@gmail.com, or Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. My handles are at Riffi Wacho.
Alright.
yes.
At Riffi Wacho.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to know what's the story behind you becoming a music composer?
Well, the thing is, I think probably something that we all take for granted, that the Adventist Church has a very rich history of musicianship. You know, there's always like little groups and people coming together to sing at lunchtime, and so it kind of started there at my local church, where we would just, you know, at lunchtime with the guys, sing some old a cappella covers and things. And then realizing that, hold on, instead of singing other people's songs, why don't we write our own stuff? So maybe I think the first song that I composed I might have been 11 or 12, somewhere there.
Oh, wow.
Just a thing of like, we're tired of singing other people's songs. Why don't we write our own music and stuff that we relate to? So we started out by taking like the melodies and tunes of other songs that we knew, but then just changing the lyrics.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, we actually started coming up with our own melodies. And, you know, I mean, I can't take full credit for it. I think the guys around me at that time were the ones who really pushed me into trying this. So eventually, fast forward some 20 something years later, it's just something that I just never stopped doing, and till today I'm still writing, composing music. Although now I earn a living off of it.
Okay.
Right. I think there's this one song which you sang with your group at Santon Church. Like this, I
Okay.
love this song. It's "We're climbing up
Oh,
the rough side of the mountain,
That song's number one.
climbing up to Zion,
That song is the one.
yeah.
my Lord." That song is
yes.
amazing. I've got to give you credit. Like, oh my
I miss those guys so much, man. We used to have so much fun singing together.
Yeah.
But
That is-
life happened. People got married. People moved. Yeah. But that was fun.
Yeah, but I mean, the beauty of it, it is there in the history books. It is there in the archives of YouTube.
Yeah.
So one day
On
you'll be
YouTube,
like,
yeah.
we did that.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, at least it's up there. So one day we'll look back and laugh at how skinny we were.
Yeah. Now the men are married, the food is doing something else. Yeah, man. And I guess the second question we can go on to then is, how do you compose music?
like the practical side.
For you, how do you compose it?
For me, it's a very weird process because I think the creative expression, everyone's creative expression is kind of different, right? So for me, I normally compose or write out of crisis. If you've noticed, a lot of my songs have a lot to do with some sort of crisis, because that's sort of how I de-stress and try to gather myself. I write a lot about how I'm feeling through something, or it doesn't come as naturally as I would want it to. But recently, when it became 2 years ago, I signed a publishing deal, and part of that would require me to compose music for other artists. But now it's like a thing of, okay, dude, we need a song in the next 3 days, and there's no crisis.
Yeah.
So it's just to try and tap into experiences, tap into the things that I see. When I see certain things, I know this may sound weird, but I hear sounds when I see things. So like if I see a sunset, I see the colors, but I also hear sounds. Like to me, that's how my mind interprets the world around me. That's how I used to memorize things when I was in school. I'd sing stuff as I'm reading the notes, and then I just remember the sound, and it would come back. So I just tap into that. If I'm writing about, say, nature, I go out into nature, and as I'm sitting there and looking at things, I hear sounds, and then I just put that down. And then we'll look at the actual lyrics after. So normally for me, it's melody first, and then the lyrics will
follow.
sort of follow after. Yeah. But I mean, it differs from person to person. I've seen people who literally you can just say, let's sit down and write, and they'll sit down and they'll immediately just start writing. Some people even freestyle on stage. They're like, just give me a word, and then they start singing. Yeah. So that's sort of my process.
That's interesting.
I love your process. If only I could do it. Hey?
It's a gift.
It's
It
yeah.
is. You
Well,
can tell
I
it's a
mean,
gift.
I'm sure you've got your own process. It's just that you haven't figured it out yet. Yeah.
Yeah, very
I
true.
mean, that's interesting. I mean, the one thing with art, no matter what form it is, whether it's dancing or whatever, there's no rules.
Yeah.
The one rule
Right,
in art is that there's no
exactly.
rules.
Exactly.
So you do it however it works out
Exactly.
for you. Yeah, man, that's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Aye.
that's the cool thing about art.
Looking at colors.
Then near the
Actually,
sound.
when I think about it, it actually happens for me whenever I'm drawing. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Because I'll look at something, then I fade away, and then it just brings a picture. So I could kind of relate
Exactly.
to that.
There you
go. Yeah. And I think the
that's
last
sort of how it goes.
and I think the last question we have for you is, what are the few tips you'd give someone who wants to get into composing music? A few basic tips.
Sure. I think the most successful composers have the people who've been able to relate to other people, or the other way around, rather. The best thing I could ever tell someone who wants to compose is just to be real, because what makes me gravitate towards certain songs is just I can relate to what this person is talking about, the human experience. which is why there's some songs that I could never relate to someone rapping about Bentleys and because I don't drive a Bentley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't aspire to do that. So if you sing about that, no. But if someone else is singing about something like love that I can actually relate to, I could listen to that. So composing is just putting in a different form people's experiences, and we latch onto those. The best advice I could give someone who wants to get into composing is just be real. Don't step outside of what you know. Compose and talk about what you know, and someone out there is going to relate and latch onto that.
True.
Very true. Beautiful
Yeah.
point.
So we also wanted to know, right, after you've composed the music, you've published it, how do you feel? Like, what's the sense state? How do you feel after publishing your music?
Funny enough, yesterday I was actually listening to a playlist of my own music, probably the first time in 4 or 5 years. I hardly ever go back and listen to my music, partly because I always criticize myself a lot after, like, I wish I could have done that.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish I could have changed that. So for me, it's just like, okay, I'm committing now. It's out, and that's it. Whoever listens to it, listens to it. Rarely do I ever come back and listen, but that's just because I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I'll start criticizing and.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you for your time. This was amazing.
Very.
Very
Cool.
amazing.
No, but yeah, this was really fun. That was really fun. But thanks for calling in, guys.
Question before
Oh
you
yeah,
leave.
sure.
Do you give lessons on composing or music?
I wish I could. I wish I could. I just don't have the time. But when I do get the opportunity, I've got about 3 sort of mentees that hang around the studio from time to time. That we work together and they just ask questions and stuff. But if I had capacity for more, I really would. Maybe it's also something that I need to look at putting on video form or something. I don't know.
Maybe one day it might come along. Leave a piece
Right,
of history.
right.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of
yeah, but maybe we could actually collaborate on something and put and have it put down as video.
We're here. We're here. Available.
Send your location.
Uncle. Now you are reading
Okay,
our
well then.
minds.
So let's have that conversation offline and let's make it happen.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Hey guys,
thank you
that
for
song
your
was
time. It was really, really amazing.
Awesome.
Hope to
All
hear
right,
some
cool, man. It
music
was
from
great
you
talking
soon.
to you guys.
Good talking with you.
You will.
Oh,
Within
yes?
the next 4 weeks, I'm going to be putting out some music.
The viewers, you've heard it from the one.
And only.
There we go. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank you
All
for
right,
your
thank you so
time.
much for your time, Riffi.
All right,
Uncle
all right,
Riffi.
cool, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
Yahweh.
Tipewo Simba. Yahweh.
Nah, man.
Guys, you guys are gonna start singing. It's gonna be 2 hours.
Nah, guys, if I can tell you one thing, he's the one guy whose songs I love because I love acapella style.
Yeah.
And he goes in.
And
And
his
it's
songs,
authentic. Oh, it's authentic.
Very.
She said something that that is in my mind up to like now. Do what you know.
Exactly.
Don't just.
Yeah.
There's a saying that Ryan said in the last season. Was it Ryan or me? I don't remember.
It was said. It was said.
It's rather not to speak than to speak and not be heard. Same as this. Do not do what you don't know. Because if you do what you don't know, you mess up.
Yeah. Mess up. Mess up.
Just be real and do what you know.
Yeah.
That was a short and sweet point. And it's a lot. It's a vague yet simple to understand
Exactly.
sentence.
Man, I'm coming with vague.
Vague.
It's a lingy.
It's a link. Hey.
Oxford.
Where are you from? Oxford?
Oxford, mate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Cambridge,
I hear
yeah.
you, bro. I hear you, bro.
No, but hey, guys, the points that came out. Let me just read a few that I wrote.
So many points.
The one thing I liked about him that he mentioned, which I could also relate to, relating already, is number one, the creative process. How when you see something, it just speaks to you. I'm sure everyone can relate to it in a different way.
Very true.
And the other one is how he wrote in crisis, or he always came up with something in crisis. Because most of the time for my art, whenever I draw, I did mention that I do art in the previous season. I wouldn't really have a plan for what I want to draw. I just sit down and whatever I think, or whenever I'm stressed, then I have something that I want to
So
draw.
let's say the situation made you to draw.
Exactly. And
James said, do you remember what James said? He
With
wrote a
the
song
situation.
because of after grandma
The
passed
grandmother
away.
passed.
The situation made
Exactly.
him write the song. Experience too.
That's the one thing that was
Yeah.
consistent. Stick to what you know. They both mentioned that.
For sure. For
Exactly.
sure.
Be authentic.
Studying.
Both of them mentioned be authentic.
Exactly. Don't
Exactly.
be like everyone. No, don't be generic like these generic AirPods that come out nowadays. Fake AirPods. Hi. Stop
He used
it.
them for 1 week, they did the next.
People will come hunting you on your Instagram.
Guys, I was there at some point, sorry. But for those who have them, we're just using it as an example. Keep your AirPods as long as they work, it's good, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Don't be forced to buy what you can buy.
Don't break your wallet, please. Yeah.
I think this episode was really, really good.
Yeah.
Guys. I really loved it. And honestly, for me, I personally grew from it because I love music and I want to go into writing music. So I guess this was a good thing of me just learning whilst also talking and helping those out there to learn.
Yeah.
So just in closing, if you have any remarks from the episode, if you have any positive words or anything that you want to say to the viewers out there. Anybody?
Okay, what I can say, right, is, it was about to leave my head now. Okay.
Keep it there, keep it there.
But, yeah. Now it's gone.
Coming
Baba.
back. Coming back.
Okay, wait, no, come back to me.
Alright, when you
Yeah.
have anything.
I have a lot.
I
But
have
I'd say
a
the
lot.
one that speaks to me the
Summarize.
most is the one. Okay, can I put more than one? Because
Okay.
it's like. So,
She said what?
One.
alright, the one that speaks to me, the one that speaks to me the most is be authentic.
Yeah.
All right.
Be authentic and relatable. Done.
Alright, short and sweet, but not anything.
For me, I would say decision.
Hey, I
But you know what?
Yeah.
Let me say it. Decisions that are not made in time are not made. You see, these guys were talking about 15 years back, some years back. Uncle Rif said when he was 11. So he made that decision. Oh, this way. He made that decision back then. So he made it on time. That's why he's where he is right now.
Yeah.
So if you don't make it on time, you don't make it. So make sure you make it on time. If you want to compose something,
Be sure.
do it now. Be sure and do it now.
Decision.
Yes, thank you. Decision. Decision. Don't
Ryan,
decision.
go back to anything.
Yeah, it came back to me. I think just the things that people can take, right, is you must do what you love. Don't for some people, right, don't do something that will give them money, but they don't like it. So I'd say like for people, they must do what they love to do, where their passion is, I could say. Yeah.
But
It's
also
very
bringing the
powerful.
money while the passion is. Actually, everything will follow.
Yeah.
Everything you follow.
Yeah.
Some people had to leave their jobs, high-paying jobs, just to
Just
do what they love.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Best example, MelVee.
Guys, one day we're gonna sit them down and get the story behind the name MelVee.
We'll get
yeah.
the
Stay
full
tuned.
story.
Yeah, you should
Stay
sit
tuned.
there
But it's
and
there.
explain.
Look for
it's
it.
there.
It's there.
Somewhere,
Look for it.
Just
Look
go on
for it.
the MelVee.
But you know I'm a teenager, so I don't like scrolling. So
Aye, we'll
you
see.
know why
I've been
you make
scrolling
you
Instagram
make
and
life
TikTok, so it's
easy for
fine.
you.
Let's just put an instrument and a beat and start playing. Listen.
In the link in
Yeah.
description down below, it should be there.
Yeah,
But
it should
either
be
way,
there, it should be
search
there.
for it. It should be
Somewhere
Melusi
there.
Jalambi's story or something like
MelVee history.
that. MelVee history.
Yeah.
I don't know. You can look for it.
The story.
Well, I think my closing words. Stay beautiful, stay fresh. Stay amazing.
Still amazing.
Yeah, I think make God the center of everything that you do.
Definitely.
Yeah, and they always spoke about prayer and it started from
Prayer is
church.
the
So,
key.
you know, religion is a big thing in your life if you make it, you know. So I guess, yeah, keep God at the center. The sentence. Make God the center of your life in everything that you do.
Yeah.
Finish and clear. That's all I got to say.
Inspiration.
Oh, yes. Hey. But anyways, guys, thank you for this episode.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Episode
guys.
1 of
Having
season
us.
2. We need to emphasize this is season 2, guys.
This is episode
Episode
1
one.
of season 2.
Imagine.
There are more to come.
Yeah.
3,
Guys.
4, 5, 7, 12.
18,
Don't know.
not
100.
18, 13.
Oh, that's season 3.
Anyways, guys, thank you for this. It was really amazing. For the viewers out there, don't forget to check us out on our Instagrams and also on the Instagram for MelVee. We're also on TikTok.
Yeah,
if you
TikTok.
didn't know.
Yeah.
So on Instagram, it's MelVee Broadcasting Network. Same on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you know when we post a new episode.
Oh, what is it? What is it? Do bling,
Yeah,
bling.
Yes, guys. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. See you guys in the next one. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Sayonara.
Bye.